Within our TCR cars, the Honda Civics, we have an array of shock options. Within those options we also have springs. So on our basic shocks we're operating within just a basic bump and rebound, but certainly given circuit dependent, we've got a large swag of springs that we'll work through over a weekend trying to find the right car.
Obviously damping, you're looking for low speed damping, controls what the driver feels from the tyre contact patch, and then high speed damping like normal controls how the car reacts over bumps and curbs.
Springs in TCR are free. You can run any spring rate you want. On the Peugeot in particular, there's 20 options for bump and rebound damping adjustment. So we've got a fairly big toolbox to play with.
The suspension checks and I guess steering alignment is checked after every session for us.
We normally check it daily, just the toe in, toe out, especially more so if there's been a bump or you've had a bit of a hit. And sometimes we're using, especially on the rear, we can use toe quite a lot to tune the car. So if you're making a lot of adjustments during a session, we sort of do the adjustments by pre-calculated steps. And then obviously that night you'll always check it to make sure that it's where you've calculated it to be.
Generally every session before we roll out we'll check that, and the driver generally checks that steering's true, and if it's not they'll quickly let you know.
We do that at the factory and I do it twice here. If we have any issues with the car, like he hits a curb too hard or someone says him or something, we definitely realign it. But normally once at the track and then once sometime during the meeting. Normally before the first race, but sometimes it's after the first race because at least we have that evening. So you get one race on a Saturday and then we will probably align it there or check the alignment and then it's okay for the Sunday.
Corner weights is sort of the static load on each of the tyres as the car sits. You can obviously tune, say if you need a bit more front right-hand grip, you can sort of jack the car so that tyre starts off with more load on it. That's particularly a good tuning tool for, say, tracks that only turn mostly in one direction. It's just adjusting sort of the static weight distribution of the car.
Corner weighting is an extremely important part of what we do, and that's largely down to the tech guys within pre and during the race weekend, and we certainly use it as a tuning tool within the car. It changes the vehicle dynamics greatly, and the locations within the Honda is forward, mid and rear of the car.
The weights are very important, and it's trying to get that balance between the front and the rear and the cross weights. In the rules you've got to have a balance between the front and the rear as well. So you would like to maybe move the weight around a bit more. We carry a lot of weight in the car because of the balance of performance, and there's only certain places you can bolt that weight into the car. So we have to compromise a little bit on the weights just because we're carrying so much weight in the car.
I'm certainly not one who chases nth degree of corner weights at the track. I like to set the cars up in the workshop, get it all done, and the main thing there is having the car balanced on the scales, is that when they first hit the brakes the car stops nice and has good braking stability, stops in a nice straight line. So if the car hasn't got good braking stability, the driver will be trying to react with the car on the braking before the corner, and that compromises the corner entry.